Y para expresar sus opiniones, necesitan indicar en sus opiniones, no necesitan hablar. Ustedes van a mostrarme su opinión por indicar pulgares arriba es bueno, pulgares hacia abajo es malo, para expresar sus opiniones. Entonces, no hablen y indiquen con sus manos, ¿no? Con sus pulgares, ¿entienden? Para expresar sus opiniones. ¿Y esta es una imagen de qué? ¿De qué es? ¿Cuál es una palabra que describe esta imagen, EJ? Deforestación. Ok, chicos, en sus opiniones, expresen sus opiniones sin hablar. No hablen. ¿Bueno o malo? En sus opiniones. Muy bien. Es malo, ¿no? La deforestación en general. ¿Bueno o malo? ¿No? Y esta imagen refleja qué palabra de vocabulario. Reciclar, ¿no? Es bueno reciclar. Muy bien. Otra palabra de vocabulario. Esta imagen refleja, ¿qué refleja? Tenemos el sol, la contaminación que afecta Jake.
El calentamiento global.
Muy bien, excelente, difícil pronunciar, pero bien pronunciada. El calentamiento, no como caliente, calentamiento global, ¿no? ¿Y sus opiniones? Bueno o malo. ¿Qué opinan? Muy bien, excelente. Sí, es malo. Es malo el calentamiento global. Ahora vamos a expresar nuestras opiniones con más información y vamos a expresar opiniones más específicas. Y por eso vamos a usar el subjuntivo que se encuentra esta idea en estas páginas, pero vamos a aprender cómo aplicar el subjuntivo para expresar una opinión. Ok, entonces nosotros, el subjuntivo, la idea del subjuntivo no es nada nuevo. Nosotros vimos el subjuntivo la semana pasada y el semestre pasado, pero ahora vamos a ver otro uso del subjuntivo, ¿no? Porque, bueno, estamos hablando o expresando las opiniones en general. Es malo contaminar el aire. Entonces ustedes necesitan copiar aquí en sus papeles contaminar. ¿Por qué? Porque contaminar, esta opinión, esta reacción al medio ambiente es muy general, no es muy específico y es una opinión básica, ¿no? Tenemos es malo y el infinitivo, contaminar el aire. ¿Entienden? Esta idea es malo contaminar el aire, pero no es muy específico. Otra opinión, es bueno reducir, entonces copian aquí reducir, es bueno reducir la contaminación del aire. Reducir, ¿no? Otro infinitivo. ¿Por qué? Porque no es muy específico, es una opinión muy general. ¿Entienden? ¿Sí? Ahora vamos a ver otra opinión o recomendación que es mucho más específica, ¿no? Profesita le recomienda que la clase conduzca carros menos y vaya en bicicletas o camine más. En sus papeles vi un error, perdón. En sus papeles dice no, pero No vamos a incluirla, no. No tiene sentido. Entonces la clase conduzca. Carros menos, perdón. La no, obviamente, no es necesaria. Ok, chicos, ahora vamos a hablar de la gramática aquí. Si entienden bien el contexto. ¿Entienden el contexto? ¿Entienden el significado? ¿Está clara esta idea? Ok, entonces ahora vamos a hablar de la gramática que vimos el viernes pasado, ¿no? Ley recomienda que, aquí tenemos profecita, que es mucho más específica, es mi opinión, es mi recomendación para ustedes, ¿no? Para ustedes. Y por eso tenemos ese verbo y ese conector. Y hablemos en inglés sobre la razón, just to review what we were talking about on Friday. So we have this verb and this subject. Why wouldn't I just say, Profeceta recomienda conducir carros menos, e ir en bicicleta más? I could say it like that. I don't need the K. But why do I have the K here? Why am I not simply saying, recomienda conducir menos? William?
Porque es el subjuntivo.
Subjuntivo, sí, muy bien, porque es el subjuntivo. Why else? Why wouldn't I just say conducir menos? E ir en bicicleta más. De nada. Why do I have this connector K? And why are my verbs conjugated in the subjunctive? Why don't I just leave them in their infinitive form? Because I could.
You're explaining something? You're giving
I'm recommending something,
personally.
not in general, but
A specific group.
yes, exactly. I've introduced a new subject. It's very specific. We know it's more specific than just saying, es bueno conducir menos. Es bueno conducir menos is very general. We don't even know whose opinion that is. But now, I can make it a little more specific, still using infinitives by saying, recomienda conducir carros menos, e ir en bicicleta más. But we don't know, we don't have anybody I'm recommending that to. We know who's recommending it, that's a little more specific. But now we're using the subjunctive to be very, very, very specific. Who's the recipient of the recommendation? Therefore, we know, when we learn what we learned last fall in 201, K is a connector. When we've got two different subjects, two different conjugated verbs, dependent or independent clause, a dependent clause, blah, blah, blah. But we know here we need to use K to connect two ideas. And we can do this with the subjunctive or the indicative. This is what we were looking at on Friday. Por ejemplo, el pez es un animal que nada en el agua. Nada no es el subjuntivo. Nada es el indicativo. Nadar, nada. So why am I not using the subjunctive when I'm talking about a fish that swims? And here I'm using the subjunctive after K. They both have K. This is what we were talking about on Friday. But just to keep recycling what we're talking about, because this is ultimately what you're going to have to do on your test. It's going to be on the final exam. It's going to be on the next test in chapter 14. So I really want to highlight, we can't just rely on the K when we're deciding whether or not to use subjunctive or indicative. What's the difference? What am I doing here in this sentence versus talking about what a fish does? See, William?
You're saying what a fish does and not what it should do.
Right, exactly. I'm not recommending that the fish do anything. I'm not advising or saying it's necessary. However, we know, we learned in 201 and we reviewed on Friday, when we recommend and connect two ideas with a K, then that subsequent verb after the K, the grammar is affected by that recommendation, and therefore we put it in the subjunctive. Okay? The same thing happens in English, it's just our grammar doesn't change. The grammar is not affected by the recommendation. So today we're going to look at more uses of the subjunctive, and that's what we're going to be doing for the next two chapters. We're going to build on these different uses of the subjunctive. And notice before I move on to the next slide, and we go review some more uses of the subjunctive, at the end of this recommendation from Profeceta, I wrote, pónganse los cascos. What's going on here? First of all, this is saying what? To do what?
Put on your helmet.
Wear your helmets. Right, exactly. Wear your helmets. I know when I was in college, I rode my bike without my helmet because I was young and naive and didn't really realize how important my brain was. But now I always wear my helmet, and my children wear their helmets because I love my brain. And actually, my little 5-year-old, we wear helmets or whatever. He's really good about it. Same with my 3-year-old. And when we see people on their bikes or mopeds or scooters without their cascos, my 5-year-old will even say to me, "Mommy, he doesn't love his brain." And I'm like, "No, he actually does not. He could care less about his brain." So pónganse los cascos. So that's what that's saying here. Cascos are helmets. Is this the subjunctive here? Is this a recommendation? Am I suggesting that you wear your helmets? What am I doing here? Just to recycle what we've seen before. What am I doing here? Is this the subjunctive? Pónganse los cascos. It's a command. Excelente. I am telling you. It's not a suggestion. It's not a recommendation. I'm not, expressing an opinion about it or emotion. I am telling you to do that. Remember when we saw commands last fall? Commands are very, very, very direct. They're very direct. But their grammar is similar. Not exactly the same with a reflexive verb or anything with a pronoun, but it's very similar. You still go drop the O and change it to the opposite of what you know. So when someone recommends something to someone else, we have to connect those ideas with K, and therefore our subsequent verbs are conjugated in the subjunctive. Conducir is our infinitive of conduzca, so we know that's irregular. And remember we talked about a verb this chapter that's similar to conducir. That's irregular in the subjunctive. What's that other one that we see this chapter? It's not conducir, it starts with an R. Reducir. Muy bien. Reducir. So reducir in the yo form, this is why you go to the yo first. Reducir, if I reduce, I would say reduzco, right? But in the subjunctive, we drop the yo, change it to the opposite of reduzca. And again, like I said, if I want to make it less specific, if I don't want to tell anybody anything, but I am making the recommendation, then I could use the infinitive. So it's not like you have to use the subjunctive. It's just depending on what the speaker or the writer is trying to convey, the idea that's trying to convey. Grammar is very flexible. Okay, so in chapter 12, and this is what we were looking at on Friday, we had the list of impersonal expressions. Why are these called impersonal expressions? What's impersonal about them? At the beginning of this PowerPoint, you were just like, es bueno, es malo. Why are these impersonal? Why are these categorized as impersonal? Because what? What do they all start with? S. S plus an adjective. We don't have a specific subject. We don't even know who's expressing the opinion. It's just very general. However, if we use K and then we make it directed to somebody, then we'll use the subjunctive. But we don't need the K. We can just say es malo contaminar el aire. Okay? It just depends on what we're trying to say. Recommendations. So we looked at these last fall, and we're going to apply these this spring. Le recomienda, le ruega, sugiere. I went through these last fall, brush up on them. Really, you don't need to know exactly what they're saying. Just be able to recognize that they are recommending something. All right, and then now estamos en la lección 13, and we're adding to the list, expressing emotion about something. And some people get very emotional about the environment. They're very passionate about the environment, which is why the book chooses to introduce this theme with this grammar concept. Se alegra. ¿Cómo se dice se alegra? It's like feliz, no? Contento. Espera has two meanings. It can mean wait, like espérate, espérate, espérate. Or espérense, wait. Or espera, hopes. We know gusta. ¿Cómo se dice gusta? Like, what is molesta? No es abuso sexual. No es nada negativo. Molesta in inglés es bothers. Bothers. It bothers me. Me molesta que muchas personas conduzcan sus carros todos los días. Siente, ¿cómo se dice siente? Y por eso tenemos esta referencia en el libro. Siente está aquí. ¿Cómo se dice I'm sorry en inglés? Or perdón. Español?
Perdón.
Lo siento. Perdón is actually used much more commonly. We say lo siento accidentally as native English speakers in Spanish, like, oh, lo siento. They use lo siento when they're really, really sorry, not like if they bump into somebody. That's when you say perdón. But siento, lo siento means I'm sorry, like begging for forgiveness, siente. Siente que. I'm so sorry that, like, you know, if you're expressing, I'm so sorry that your cat died. Sorprende. Surprises. Like, that surprised me. So many people don't recycle. Teme and tiene miedo. They're synonymous. Conocemos tiene miedo. Scared. And teme is kind of the same thing. And here's some more, but notice these are a little bit more impersonal. So they could fall under impersonal expressions or emotions. Either one, because they all have S. Una lástima. Es una lástima que. I'm going to add this one up here to a phrase. Qué lástima. Qué lástima. Yeah, it's a shame. Like somebody tells you something like that bad that happens, and you're like, ay, qué lástima. Qué terrible. Qué ridículo. You can put que before any of these to be like how. Que in that sense is how. Qué triste. How sad. Qué bueno. How wonderful. How good. Extraño. ¿Qué es extraño? Strange or weird. And even though the word in Spanish looks very different than the word in English, it's kind of makes sense. I don't know. That's an easy one to learn. Extraño, ridículo, terrible. Ojalá. ¿Cómo se dice ojalá? ¿Saben ustedes? Ojalá. Ojalá. Bueno, chicos, en la clase de español anterior, como 102 o 201 también, 201, vimos el video Flash Cultura sobre la casa de Frida. Remember the video about la casa de Frida? And remember in that video it talked about El Patio Central. Remember talking about El Patio Central in the middle? A lot of the architecture that we see in the Americas is influenced by whom or where or what? That Patio Central. Remember it has like plantas, el jardín, el fuente de agua, que son simbólicos. España, right? Because of la conquista de las Americas. But remember, really quickly in our class, we spent what you could spend like an entire semester on. But in our class, we talked about, even though Spain brought over this architecture, and we see a lot of these patios centrales in Spain, really the Spanish didn't come up with this design. This design, this architectural design, actually originated from whom? Do you recall? We talked about it in our class. Your professor in another class may not have gone into detail. You remember, Jake?
I don't know, I feel like it was a Middle East kind of.
Sí, señor. Middle East. I'm giving you a peso even though it was in English because you're on the right track. Más or menos, it ends up connecting with the Middle East. But when you think of the Middle East, because Jake's on the right track, when you think of the Middle East, we're referring to whom? See.
Arabic speaking.
Exactly. In Morocco. Exactly. Arabs, los musulmanes, who controlled Spain for like 700 centuries. Or not 700 centuries, 700 years, 7 centuries. Perdón. But anyway, Arabic influence is predominant in Spanish culture, which is obviously carried over in Latin American culture. Ojalá, this is like a huge tangent on what this word means, but after I explain this, you're going to be like, I know this now. Allah, ojalá. Allah is who in Arabic? Not in Spanish. God, exactly. Ojalá has Allah in it, which represents Arabic influence in Spanish. There's a lot, actually. And ojalá in Spanish means God willing. God willing. So ojalá may or may not need a K. Careful with this one. This would be one on the supersite where you're like looking for the K, and you have to use the subjunctive or the infinitive, and you're like, no K, it's going to be infinitive, but you do use the subjunctive always after ojalá when you have a verb. ¿Entienden? Ojalá. So, ¿cómo se dice ojalá? God willing. Sí, muy bien. Ok, chicos, ahora ustedes necesitan reconocer la gramática. Miremos el verbo. Yo espero que todos conserven el medio ambiente. Estamos decidiendo si este verbo, subrayado, viene en forma de infinitivo, indicativo o subjuntivo. Entonces muéstrame el papel que revela su respuesta. Excelente, chicos. Es el subjuntivo. ¿Por qué?
Que
Que y también conserven y también espero. Fantástico. Este verbo. Perfecto, muy bien. Muchos comprenden el concepto indicativo. Indicativo, ¿por qué? ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de vive? Sí, it's a fact, exactly. Es un animal que vive, ¿no? Vivir, vive. Indicativo. Perfecto, muy bien. Bien entendido. El infinitivo, ¿no? Ver. Es muy triste, ¿no? ¿Cuál es, chicos? Fantástico. Subjuntivo. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué es el subjuntivo? ¿Qué? Temo. No, yo temo. ¿Qué? Nosotros. Nosotros. Sujeto nuevo. ¿Y cuál es el infinitivo de resolvamos? El infinitivo de resolvamos es resolver, no? Remember, it's a ER verb. ¿Cuál es? ¿Qué forma? ¿Qué modo? Subjuntivo, ¿no? ¿Por qué? Ridículo, ¿qué? ¿No? Sujeto nuevo, océano, esté. ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de esté? Estar, ¿no? Esté. Tengan cuidado. Hay que pensar también cuál es el infinitivo del verbo, o si es el infinitivo. Y este verbo es el indicativo. Indicativo, chicos. ¿Por qué? ¿Cuál es el infinitivo de proteger? Proteger, chicos. So it's in its indicative form, proteger. But why? Why do we not conjugate it in the subjunctive? What is yo conozco a muchas personas saying?
It's saying that you know a lot of people.
I know a lot of people. Again, another fact, right? Something certain, because we're going to see this phrase in our next use of the subjunctive next week. ¿Cuál es? Muy bien, muy bien. Subjuntivo, ¿por qué? Nos gusta que. ¿Y cuál es el infinitivo de reduzca? Reducir. Muy bien. significan? ¿Qué piensan? ¿Cuál es? Subjuntivo. Vamos a hablar de por qué, because this is actually not on the list in the book. What's desafortunado mean?
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Right, it's unfortunate that. Los Estados Unidos deje de estar. So we've got the que. Desafortunado is expressing emotion even though it's not on the list. So it's not limited to just page 342. And you just use common sense if it's expressing emotion. But what is the infinitive of deje? Dejar. And we talked about this last fall. Dejar un mensaje was one of our vocabularies in chapter 11 with el carro y la tecnología. What does deje de estar even mean? To what? Stop. In this case, to stop doing something. So, dejar un mensaje is to leave a message. Parar means to stop, but when you stop doing something, you use dejar de plus whatever the verb is that you're stopped doing. No más. Excelente, subjuntivo, ¿por qué? Quemo, que destruir, destruya, chicos. Tengan cuidado, en el supersitio ustedes van a escribir el subjuntivo de los verbos y tenemos muchos verbos irregulares. Okay, gracias por su atención hoy.
You want these back?
No, you can hold on to these papelitos.